Hello. In this video, I read out the Japanese folktales in English. I would be happy if you could press the channel subscription and thumbs up now. Let's begin. An owner had a donkey. For many years, he would happily go to the mill with a heavy bag on his back. As he grew older, his body gradually became less responsive, and when he realized that he could no longer keep up with him, his owner began to wonder if he should give up on his donkey. However, the donkey immediately realized that this was no good, and ran away, heading for the town of Bremen. When he got there, he seemed to be hoping to be hired by a townsman. After walking for a while, he came across a dog lying lazily on the ground, with its mouth open, panting, panting, panting. It looked like he had been running through the fields and mountains and was exhausted. "Hey, boss, what are you talking about?" called the donkey. "Now, listen, this is what happened," said the dog. "I'm getting old, I'm losing my sense of worth, and I can't run around the house with the energy I used to have. My master decided to just beat him to death. I ran away in a hurry, but now I'm actually thinking about how I'm going to get bread in the future. By the way, I'm going to go to Bremen and get hired by the town band. How about you come with me and make a living by playing music? I'll play the lute, and you can play the drum." The dog said, "Yes, that's fine," so we went out together. Then, before we had gone far, a cat was sitting in the street, looking as if it had been raining for 3 days. "Hey, what do you want, sir? You look like you don't have time to take care of your beard," said the donkey. "It's a matter of life and death. You can't keep a cheerful face. You're getting old, your teeth are getting louder, and you'd rather make a box with your donkey and slurp than chase the mouse. So the owner's wife suggested that we just put it in the water." Before that could be done, the cat jumped out, but there was nothing to do, and I'm at a loss as to where to go and what to do, said the cat. "Let's go to Bremen together. You're good at night music, so we can use you in the town band," said the donkey. The cat immediately got excited and went out with them. Soon the 3 drivers came to a certain house. The house's rooster was sitting on the gate, roaring at the top of his lungs. "Hey, your voice is so strong it touches your bones. What's wrong?" asked the donkey. "Oh, I'm just letting you know that tomorrow will be a nice day," said the rooster. "It was a very happy day, the day I washed and dried the underwear of the little Jesus. But the next day, Sunday, there was a guest, and the landlady, so out of her kindness, according to the maid, said she was going to make me into soup and eat me tomorrow, so tonight, she immediately ordered me to cut off my head. So, I thought I should at least make a sound. I'm screaming so hard I'm about to burst my throat. Oh dear. Little Red Riding Hood, you'd better come with us. We're going to Bremen. You could go somewhere smarter than to die. You have a nice voice, so join us and make some music, and we'll make a lot of money," said the donkey. The cock liked this very much, so this time they decided to go out together. However, it was not going to Bremen in a day. Soon the sun was setting, so they went into the forest and decided to have a rest. First, the donkey and the dog lay down under a tree. The cat and the cock rested on the branches of the tree. The cock went all the way to the top of the tree and perched there, because it was the safest place. Before going to sleep, the cock looked around again, east, west, north, south, wondering which way the wind was blowing. He suddenly saw something that looked like a flickering fire up ahead, so he called out to his friends and told them that there was a house not far away with a light on. The donkey then said, "Well, let's get going and go further, because this place isn't very safe." So the dog went there too. hoping to catch a bone or two and maybe smell some meat. So the four of them set out towards the country where the light was shining. As they did so, the light grew brighter and brighter, and suddenly they saw that they were in the thief's house, with the lights blazing inside. The donkey, being the tallest and tallest in the house, went to the window and looked inside. "Master, what's the matter?" asked the rooster. "Why, it's not a warm or fussy place," replied the donkey. "The table is set, with a great meal and mountains of drinks. The thieves are all looking like they're about to burst with joy." "Let's go and get him," said the rooster. Yes, we'll have to get in the way," said the donkey. So the four animals first began to think about how to get rid of the thieves, and soon they found a good idea. The donkey decided to put its front paws on the window. The dog decided to jump onto the donkey back. The cat decided to climb onto the dog's back. Finally, the rooster jumped up and landed on the cat's head. When the clothes were finally ready, in 1, 2, 3 beats, all four groups began to play music at once. The donkey howled. The dog barked. The cat meowed. The rooster thumped and made a sound. In an instant, he broke through the window and jumped into the room. Clang, 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 the glass broke with a loud noise. The thieves were so frightened that they jumped out, screaming. All they could think was that a terrible monster had jumped in. Completely frightened, they all grabbed their heads and ran outside into the forest. So the four of them sat down at the table in peace. They decided to endure the leftovers of the meal, but still packed as much as they could, with the feeling that they could continue eating for another 4 weeks. Now, when the 4 band members were full, they turned off the lights, followed their own natural instincts, and searched for a comfortable place to rest. The donkey slept outside on the stacks. The dog slept in the shadow of the door. The cat slept on the stove, looking for warmth in the ashes. The cock sat on the beams under the roof instead of a perch. After all, they had come a long way and were tired, so they quickly fell fast asleep. When it was past midnight, the thieves looked in from afar and saw that there were no lights on inside the house, and it was quiet and still. "We couldn't bear it if they said we were scared and ran away," the head woman said, and sent her down to show them what was going on. When the henchman entered the house, he found it was quiet everywhere. He went to the kitchen to try to light the light. He mistook the cat's eyes, which were shining in the dark, for a resident and slammed a match into it. The cat, however, was not happy with the easy task, and jumped on his face, roaring, and scratched him repeatedly. The thief was so shocked at how hard he had been beaten that he tried to escape through the back door, but the dog that was lying there jumped up and bit him in the shin. He then ran out into the yard and tried to pass by the stacks. But the donkey kicked him hard with its hind legs. The hen, woken up by the commotion, roared excitedly from the top of the beam, "Kikalitsky!" The thief ran away with all his might and returned to his wife. Then he said, "It's really bad, a terrible monster has gotten into that house," and it suddenly started breathing horribly and scratched its face with its long fingers. Then, a man was lying in wait at the door, with a knife stuck to its shin. When I went out into the garden, a terrifying, pitch-black monster was standing there, and it swung a club and slashed me down. On top of that, a policeman was waiting on the high ground, and yelled, "Bring that evil thing here." In a terrible mess, we ran away in the dark. After that, the thieves were fed up and never tried to enter the house again. By the way, the 4 Bremen band members liked it so much here that they had no intention of going anywhere else. Now, what I've told you so far is something I heard only recently, from freshly spoken sources. That's that.